What the fuck is up? It is your host, Erica Nalen, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series. Hello, all, and welcome back to the Hangover series. Welcome, all. Hello. I know that you're probably here because you are like, Erica got robbed. What happened? What happened to her? Is she okay? What? And I'm here to say that I am okay. I am okay. Robbery might have been a dramatic word to use, but I do feel robbed in a sense. And we're going to talk about it. I also felt, well, we're going to get into it, but you guys are actually going to be like, what? And then you're also going to be like, wake up, maybe? Because that's what I was thinking. But before we get into that, I wanted to tell you guys that this apartment is insane. Everything about where I live is insane. Everything about it. There's not one normal thing happening in this apartment at all. There's nothing normal about it. So basically, when I moved in 2 months ago, I'm about to hit I haven't even lived here 2 months yet. Okay. I feel a lot better. Anyways, so I moved in like almost 2 months ago. And when I moved in, my roommate accidentally dropped a glass container, like a serum, on our sink. And we had a sink it's not glass, but it's like that glass, like, what is the name for it? I should have looked up vocab before we started. I think it starts with a P, like a porcelain sink. Is that what it is? Oh my god, it is. Okay, it's a porcelain. Okay, we're not going to do that today. It's a porcelain sink. So literally, I think on day 7 or 8 of me living here, my roommate accidentally drops a glass container on our porcelain sink. Whatever, like no big deal. Accidents happen. Everything's gonna be okay. Right? So she drops it. It quite literally cracks the entire sink in half. You can still turn the faucet on, but like cracks it in half. And I'm like, oh brother, everything's okay. Did I think like the landlord would act fast in any way, shape, or form? No. Why would I think that? He doesn't even want me on this lease. He didn't even want me to live here. He didn't send the lease until 2 days before it started. Like, no, yeah, what? Obviously, he's not gonna act fast on this. So I feel like when it happened and I saw it was broken in half, I was just like, okay. My roommate ended up covering the brokenness with like some plastic and some tape so we could still use it. We could still brush our teeth in there. We still had a bathroom sink going on, which was great. She obviously texted them like immediately when it happened and was like, our sink broke, like, help. And I don't think she heard anything from them or something. I don't know. But a month goes by and we still don't have a sink. And I was like, okay, can you tell them that it's starting to smell? Because quite literally, a stench started to come from the sink. I mean, we had it covered with plastic and tape, but like, I think some water was still creeping through. I don't know what happens under sinks, but I can't assume it's good. Isn't it like a sewer vibe? Could be making that up. I don't work on sinks. But a stench starts coming and I was like, okay, girl, like I'm smelling something that I don't want to smell when I'm in this bathroom. Like, please text them again. I think she's like reaching out Nothing's happening, yada yada yee. So we've been using the sink, even though it started to get a stench. It like started even turning brown, but like, I'm sorry, no one's acting on it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and obviously the sink is gonna be like thrown away. So like, someone come up with a solution, or I'm gonna keep using this. I don't know. Anyways, I was back in Omaha for 2 weeks, and the week, no. I think like 4 weeks after it happened, so like a month goes by, and some guy comes and he measures the broken sink. He just like takes measurements. He's here for like 5 minutes and then he leaves. And we're like, okay. So we assume a sink's coming. Then like 2 more weeks go by. It's the week before I'm about to go back to Nebraska for 10 days. Another man comes and he looks at the sink. He also measures the sink. Like, I don't know. He didn't have many answers either, but he was just like, let me take a look. Here to measure. Yeah, we definitely need a new sink. And we're like, we could have told you that. But like, yeah, we need a new sink. He leaves, and then I go back home to Nebraska. While I'm back home in Nebraska, a man comes to fix the sink. He brings a new sink and takes out the old one. And then apparently the new sink that they got us doesn't fit. It was too large. So then apparently he started like cutting the sink in half, like started doing shit like that to see if it would fit. I don't know, I wasn't here, but like apparently he was like cutting the sink to try and make it fit. Gives up and is like, okay, yeah, this sink is not gonna fit. So he leaves with both sinks. So now there's no sink in the bathroom. And then I think he texted and was like, hey, like, we're looking for a sink to take out of one of the old apartments, but we can't find one that would fit. And I'm just like, what is going on? I'm like, honestly, I was just like in Nebraska. I was like, okay, weird. Literally praying that when I got back here, like, we had a sink. Like, I was like, I don't want to deal without a sink. You know, you don't even realize how valuable a bathroom sink is until you don't have one. And I mean that. So I get back here, and literally when I'm landing, my roommate texts me, and she's like, by the way, we don't have a sink. And I was like, okay. And we get back here, and there's no sink. And I knew I was pee shy at times. Like, sometimes I get pee shy, you know, we all do. It's weird to be peeing when people can hear you. I don't like it. It's just uncomfortable. And I don't want to hear other people pee. I hate that. Anyways, like public restrooms, like it is kind of weird that we're all like peeing next to each other. And men are peeing next to each other without even a wall in between them. Has anyone thought about that? Like, why is that actually not, like, not to get off topic, but to get off topic? Why? No one's ever talked about that I know of. Like, no one's like, you know what? Hey, it's kind of weird that, like, men are just peeing next to each other and there's no wall. Like, at least we have walls. And I'm uncomfortable with a wall. Like, I like to go to the bathroom alone, where no one can hear me and I can't hear anyone. But can you imagine being a man and having to piss? And everyone, like, could hold your hand if they wanted to? Weird. That's honestly so fucking weird. Why have I never thought about this? I'm, like, actually getting weirded out. I'm like, wait. As a man, you just, like, are born and you're like, hey, yeah, you're gonna go in the bathroom for the rest of your life and you are gonna pee in front of every single person in there. I don't like that. Okay, anyways, we're gonna move on because I'm getting uncomfortable. But pee shy. Okay, I was like, where was I? I didn't realize how pee shy I was until I came back and I was without a sink. And, you know, we live in a small apartment, so you can hear everything everywhere. You know, like if you're peeing You can hear it in the living room, like, it's just how it is. And when I'm feeling shy, I would normally turn our sink on to like help me warm up. And this week I was like, wait, fuck. I'm just shy. Like, I'm just shy. But yeah, it kind of sucks not having a sink. Apparently, no, apparently, the landlord people told my roommate that they can't find a sink and told her to order a sink and then they will have someone put it in. So she ordered a sink online and apparently it's coming tomorrow. And apparently someone is going to come and put it in. So I hope that happens. I hope the sink fits. Like, I don't understand how there isn't a sink that doesn't fit. Like, aren't there so many sinks in the world? Like, so many sinks exist. I feel like you can make your own sink. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's lots of different kinds of sinks. And obviously if a sink fit there before, a sink will fit there again. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. But that's been weird, not being able to turn the sink on, having to like go wash your hands in the kitchen and then brushing your teeth in the kitchen. That's been the part that's like really been bothering me. I'm like, wait, I just don't like that we're having to brush our teeth in the kitchen sink. Something about it I don't like. I don't like it. But new sink coming soon. That's the drama. That's the tea. And apparently people's packages have also been getting stolen from downstairs. So that's concerning. I'm scared. Nobody steal my package. Oh, we gonna fight. We won't actually fight, but I will be sad because apparently if you get a package stolen, I learned this today. If you get a package stolen, like, that's not anyone's problem but yours. So you don't get your money back. What the fuck is that about? Why did I not ever realize that? I've not had that experience, so I was just assuming, I don't know what I was assuming, but I didn't realize, like, it's no one's problem but yours. So that sucks, but I feel like my life is crazy and a mess. And honestly, when I went outside after work today, I was like, there's a lot of people here. That was my thought. I think I'm like having anxiety today or something about public because I've lived here for like, I just hit my 1 month. Then I went back to Nebraska, was there for 10 days, got comfortable with like being in a car and, touching grass. And now I'm back here and I feel like you have to like re-warm up to it. I think only maybe because I'm so new here, but like I feel like I'm re-warming up. And today I was like, wow, like maybe I'm having appreciation for Nebraska now because I was like, wait, touching grass was nice. Touching grass was very nice, but it's gonna be okay. If there is not a sink here by this weekend, I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but I'm gonna probably do something about it. But anyways, let's get into why you're probably here, and that is because I posted that I was robbed. Well, I also said scammed, but then I made a video and I was like, first thing that happened to me when I touched down in New York was I got robbed. And we're gonna get into it because I don't even know. I feel like I blacked out. I don't know. This was like one of my worst moments for sure. And the craziest part about this is that, not that I'm ever looking for chaos, but I feel like every time I go to the airport, something happens. Like, I'm not even kidding. Every time I go, like something with TSA. We went through that whole period of time when they were always patting me down. That didn't happen this time. Or like when I caused a scene and I accidentally went under the like security rope and then it got caught in my backpack, that whole thing, like that didn't happen, but learned my lesson on that one. And yeah, I feel like there's just always something happening. But nothing happened. I had like the chillest airport experience of my life. Went through TSA at the airport and it took like 5 seconds at both places. Like I actually was like, whoa, that was crazy. And nothing happened. And then my flights were like pretty empty. Vibes were good. I had a row to myself both times. Like I was like happy that nothing bad happened, but I was also kind of sad because I was like, wait, I don't have anything to tell them. I don't have anything to tell them. Like I'm going to come back and be like, I like the airport, you know, and that's just not who I am. So nothing happened. And I was like literally sitting on the plane, flying back to New York, thinking about how peaceful I've had at like a peaceful time. Hello. I was thinking about how I've had such a peaceful time at the airport. Like I was like, wow, this was like so great. I feel so at peace. Like life is good. I don't even know what I do on planes, you guys. I said I was going to read because I didn't read a book this month. Like I started to read a book and then I was having like 7 mental breakdowns, so I didn't get there, which I should read this book. It's literally about trauma. And I'm like, wait, that would probably help. But I was telling myself that I was going to read on the plane ride and then I just didn't read on the plane ride because on my first flight and my second flight, I somehow got connected to Wi-Fi and then I watched an ad and then it let me go on TikTok the whole time. That was crazy. I've never had that happen before. For free. I watched an ad and then I could watch TikTok in the air the whole time and go on Instagram and like everything. So yeah, brain rot, that is what happened to me. That's why I didn't read. Also, reading on a plane is just hard. Like there's people talking and yeah. Anyways, so I'm thinking about how peaceful like my trip has been, blah blah blah. And I get off the plane. I'm like, life is good. Hello. Let's go. Like I'm in New York. Mind you, when I was back in Nebraska, I did a freaking lot. Like I am fully resting now. When I got back here, I got the greatest sleep of my whole life. I slept through the whole night. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Like sometimes I'd be tossing and turning, you know, having nightmares and weird shit happens sometimes. Having vivid dreams. But I got here and I literally crashed out. Like I slept perfect. Because in Nebraska, I had a wedding, I had my sister's concert. I was seeing people like, whoa. It was a lot of energy. So I was wiped out. Like I was actually wiped the fuck out. So tired. I get off the plane. I'm walking to where you order an Uber. I have my bag, I have my backpack. Walking. And at this airport, maybe I'm crazy, but I swear they changed where the Uber pickup is. So I like walked a certain way because I swear that's where they were last time. And then it wasn't there. So then I had to go down these stairs to where baggage claim was. And at airports, like major big airports like this, they have these people, and I only recently noticed this, but they have these people that they put it on their phone, basically, or like an iPad, and it says like Uber. And one guy was holding a sign that said Uber. And it's like blinking, like Uber, ay, Uber, you know, like it looks like it's playing music. And I looked at it and I have an expressive-ish face. Like I'm not ever showing good expressions, but something is probably showing on my face. Like if I don't like the conversation we're having, it's hard for me to be fake in that sense. Like it's really hard for me to sit and like be like, yeah, and like smile and be fake about it. Like that's a lot of energy. So my face is always kind of showing what I'm not saying. And so this man has this Uber sign and it's at Uber. And he looks at me and he's like, do you need an Uber? Because I'm staring at his Uber sign. And he's like, do you need an Uber? And I was like, no. Because I was like, I don't know you. Like, I feel like this is a scam. Like, I feel like this situation, like, why would you be standing here? Why would you be standing in here asking if people need Ubers? Like, I'm not a scammer. So I was like, no. And then he starts following me and he's like, do you need an Uber? And I'm like, no. And I got like all serious. And I think that he started following me because I was like so engaged with the Uber sign. And I also was like, I think I said no, but my face was probably like, yes, I need an Uber. Like my face probably lit up with like, wide eyes or something. So he like kind of started following me and then he was like, no. Then there's another guy and he's like, do you need an Uber? And I'm like, no. Like, no, I don't need an Uber. Keep walking. I'm like literally looking at the sign that says Ubers this way, pickup this way. Literally looking at it. Walking to it. This man comes out of nowhere. He's dressed in a very nice outfit. He has a warm smile on his face. Like, looks like someone that just is a good person. I don't know. Like, he just... I don't know how to describe him, and maybe I'm trying to make it sound better, but there was something there about this man. Scammer. He looks at me with his Uber sign, and he's like, do you need an Uber? And I was like, so caught off guard again. I don't know why I was caught off guard when he said it, but not the other ones, but I think it was because he was like further down the line. So I think that I had thought in my head, because it got past the first two. So I think in my head I was like, oh, but that's not happening again. Like, we passed them all. Like, we're almost to the pickup area. Like, thank God I said no today. He catches me off guard and he's like, do you need an Uber? And I was like, no, I do not. And then he's like, come on, like, where are you going right now? And I know that you're supposed to just keep walking and shut up, but I was like, to the Ubers or something. I think I was like, to the Uber. And my face, definitely, when he was like, do you need an Uber? Like, I think I like perked up and was like, ooh, like, yeah, I need an Uber. And I was like, to the Ubers or something. And then he was like, so you do need an Uber? And I was like, no, like, it's fine. But then he started following me. Like, he literally starts following me to the Ubers and was like, where are you trying to go? Like, I'm an Uber driver. Where are you trying to go? Like my car is literally right outside. Like, you're gonna walk all the way down there and then you're gonna have to wait in a line, and like my car is like literally right outside here. Like, I'm an Uber driver, blah 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 blah. It's like explaining a bunch of shit. So I just like openly told him my address. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm trying to go to 222 whatever the fuck. And he's like, okay, like, perfect. Yeah, my car's like right outside. Like, come on. And he's just like still walking with me. So I gave in. And I don't know why. I literally don't know why. Like, I feel like if you guys, because people that I told this to, they made me feel worse about myself. Or, yeah, whatever. They like made me feel worse about the situation and like just wait for it. But like, I already felt like a moron. Kind of, like, not really, like, I really don't feel that moronish, because I swear to you, if y'all had been in this situation, you would have been doing the same shit. Maybe not. Maybe you're really good at saying no and watching out for scammers. Like, I don't know. I also was so tired, almost couldn't keep my eyes open, that I was just like, whatever, whatever. But people that I told this to, they were like, rah, 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 rah. Anywho, so he takes my bag and he starts walking to the car, because I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And we get in the car. He like puts my suitcase in his car. And mind you, I hadn't even looked up the price of Ubers yet, which was also mistake number 2. Like, because I wasn't to the Uber area yet. And we all know you can't order your Uber until you're over there, because, like, sorry, I don't know if I'm standing at D, F, or G, like, help. So, anywho, I hadn't looked at the prices of what Ubers would be, but, like, sometimes Sometimes they're really expensive. Sometimes they're like $100. Like, I don't know. I'm not an expert. So we get in the car. My suitcase is back there. I'm sitting in his car. And I was like, okay, so wait, no. No. As we're walking to his car, like we're about to open the door, I have my Uber app up and I was like, okay, so like, how do we do this? And he was like, oh, we'll just figure it out in the car. So I was like, okay. Mistake number like 3, whatever. Then he puts my suitcase in the car. Then I get in the car and I was like, okay, so like, how do I do this? And he was like, it's going to be $89 to get. It's going to be $89 to get to your apartment. Is that okay? And I was just like, and he was like, that's like the price for it all. Like, you know, like I'm saving you money. So it's just like, okay, why would I ever trust a man? You guys, what the fuck? I actually feel like someone put a spell on me again. Low key, because I felt hypnotized. I felt hypnotized. Okay. So we're in the car. He's like, $89. And I was like, okay, whatever. Then we start driving to my apartment. And within like 5 minutes of us driving, this is when I realized, holy shit, this is literally how you get murdered. Holy shit, this is literally how you get kidnapped. Holy shit, what the fuck am I doing? But like, I didn't freak out. But mentally inside, I was like, we need to lock in because I just literally set myself up to get kidnapped. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? What the fuck? Now that I'm like, now that I have processed the whole thing, I'm also like, hold up. That should not be a thing. Why are men, or maybe women do it too, but like I only saw men, but like, why are people allowed to stand in the airport with a sign that says Uber, ask you if you need an Uber, take you to their car, tell you you're not doing it through the Uber app, and then just like, why is that even a thing? Like, why is that even like an option? Like, I feel like they shouldn't even be allowed in airports. Because also my sister found a Reddit article and there were like over 1,000 people that have also experienced this entire thing. So like, I'm not alone. But I feel like this should be illegal. Like, this should not be a thing. Scammers, robbery. Anywho, we're in the car, we're driving, 5 minutes in, I'm like, holy shit, I could be getting kidnapped right now. I don't know this man. I don't even know his name. We're not doing this through the Uber app. I don't even know how to get to my house from here. Like, I'm so new. What the hell am I doing? Literally was like in my head, like, what the hell? I was looking out the window like, what am I doing? And he's making small talk. He was like, so where are you from? Are you visiting here? And I was like, because he probably does this to people that are visiting here and people that don't live here. Like, he's like, where this fucking dumbass bitch from? That's probably what he was thinking. And I was like, oh, I live here. Yeah, I'm from Nebraska. Whatever. He's like trying to make such small talk, like so much small talk. And then he told me his daughter's in med school. Like, since he scammed me, I'm gonna expose him. Just kidding. That's like all I learned about him. He took his kids to Disney World when they were like 6. His daughter's in med school apparently. And he probably lied about all of that because he also told me that he's been Ubering for 32 years. And Uber has not been a thing for 32 years. Uber literally came out in 2009 because obviously I looked that up after. That didn't clock to me, but that clocked to my mom. When I told her that, she was like, well, that's a lie. And I was like, wait. And his daughter's probably not in med school. And he probably didn't take his kids to Disney World. And he probably lied about everything because he's a scammer. Anywho, we're driving. I'm like, could be getting kidnapped, whatever. I'm telling him about my life, which this is when I realized, like, you probably shouldn't be telling people about your life that you don't know. Even though I tell you guys things, like, it's different. And we get to my apartment. I'm safe. Like, I was like, okay, I know where I am. I'm safe and okay. And he's like, okay, like, it's gonna be the $89, whatever. And I was like, okay, like, that's, I mean, what we agreed upon, whatever. And then he's like, but I'm gonna make it, like, he like mumbles this. He was like, but I'm gonna make it $111 because of the tip added on. Like, that's literally how he said it. He was like, I'm gonna add on. He was like, it's going to be $111 though because I'm going to add the tip on. Like, do you know what I just said? Because I knew what he said. He mumbled, it's going to be $111 though because of the tip that I'm going to add on. And maybe I should have been better on this part, but like, I don't know how to fight. I don't know how to fight, and I don't know how to fight men. Okay? Like, I don't know how to fight anyone, but like, a man and me fighting is not in my future. Trust me. A man tried to fight me once. A man tried to physically fight me. A man literally tried to punch me in the face one time. Crazy story. I feel like I've been trauma dumping on you guys lately, but it was crazy. I don't know how to fight a man. So when he mumbled that, I was just like, okay, well, we're sitting outside my apartment. He hasn't unlocked the doors yet. He's a man. He fully knows where I live. He basically just like kidnapped me from the airport. Now he's scamming me. Like, I don't know what to say. So I was just like, okay. Because I don't know. Like, I just didn't want it to escalate into something bad. So it's just like, okay, whatever. Then he takes my phone to do like Apple Pay. And this motherfucker does $120, or maybe he did the $111 and then he added $120. I don't know. But it was $120. Mind you, forgot this part. Right when we started driving, like 2 minutes into the ride, I clicked to see how much it would be on the Uber app if I had just kept fucking walking and got an Uber, and it would have been $40. $40. $40. So, like, I just wasted so much fucking money. Anywho, he charges me for $120. And then he's just like, so can I add on a 20% tip for this? And that's when I was like, no. Because I was like, what? Like, I had opened the car door. I'm like, no. And he's like, you don't want to add 20%. You can do a custom tip. You can do 15%. And I was like, no, can I just get my bag? Because I'm like, what the actual fuck? This man just like kidnapped me from the airport. He just made small talk to me the whole time and I think lied to me about who he is, and he doesn't care about me, and he knows where I live, and I hate him. And I was scammed. But I feel like I like kind of did that to myself. I don't know. Like, maybe I should have spoken up after the $89 to $111. And then I definitely probably should have said something once he charged me $120 and not $111. Like, I definitely should have said something. Like, he was just gonna keep going and going and going. And basically what I read on this Reddit thread was some old lady had this exact same thing happen to her. And I think he originally told her like $60, and then he ended up bringing it up to like $250 and like told her that because of XYZ it was going to be $250, and then charged this lady $250. So like, this is a thing, and don't fall for it. I don't know what happened. I literally feel like I was tired and I just didn't want to keep walking. But like, obviously I'm never going to do that again. But like, if you're going to a major airport and you see people with fucking signs that say Uber, don't get in a vehicle with them because they're gonna rob you. And I'm saying robbery because he actually did rob me. In a sense, it was supposed to be $89 and he charged me $120. That's robbery. And I had to cancel my card, and a new one is supposed to be coming, because when I told my family about this, they were like, oh my god, he probably took your card. Oh my god, he's probably gonna buy all these things. I'm like, well, he can't buy that much. I don't got that much money. But like, okay. So they were like scaring me, and then I was like, ugh, do I really need to cancel my card? Like, shouldn't we wait to see if he buys something first? But then everyone was like, oh my god, he could go and take all the money out of your bank account, and then how are you gonna pay rent? And then everyone was really getting my head about it. So I called the bank and I was like, hey, I was just robbed, and do you think I should cancel my card? Like, I told them the whole story and was like, so should I cancel my card? And the bank person was like, most definitely. So canceled my card. Now he like can't add another tip on because I was like, oh my god, this man is probably gonna do that. And yeah. And yeah. And then I was really paranoid the day after because I was like, oh my God. Like, everyone was telling me, like, that's literally how you get murdered, Erica. Like, you could have been murdered. Like, everyone was engraving murder, murder, murder in my head. And I'm like, okay, let me just be paranoid that I'm going to get murdered. Like, everyone shut the fuck up. Like, literally everyone I talk to, murder, murder. So then I'm, like, super paranoid. Super paranoid. I'm like, oh my God. Because it is kind of creepy. Like, the amount of Uber drivers that have hit on me and they've taken me home, like, and they know where I live, it actually is really concerning. So I think I'm going to move to taxis now. Someone was telling me that I should be taking taxis because they have to, like, go through all these things to, like, prove that they're a good person or something. I don't know what the qualifications for Uber are, but someone was just telling me that, like, taxis are safer. Yeah. And this is not me hating on Uber. I just have had some weird experiences. And was robbed. And I don't even know if he works for Uber. When I did the, like, payment thing, it came up as, like, SQ Uber Queens, New York. But, like, did he put that or did we do that through the Uber app? Like, is that just, like, what his name of whatever is called? Like, I don't know. But then I was super paranoid that I was going to be kidnapped this week. And yesterday, I went to go get a coffee at a coffee shop nearby and had the weirdest experience ever. And basically, I go in and I order my coffee. I got a hazelnut latte. I order it, and I think as I was ordering it is when this man comes in behind me to also order a coffee. Whatever, so chill. Everyone's here to get coffee. So I order my coffee and I sit down and I'm waiting. And then he orders a cappuccino and then he's waiting and he's standing really close to the register. And I'm waiting there, he's waiting there. He's like kind of making small talk with her. He's like also trying to include me in the conversation. He said he was a contractor for a building nearby. And he looked at me and was like, never get old. Never get old. You don't ever want to be an old lady. So I'm just going to suggest to you that you never get old. Super fucking weird, right? I was like, what? I think I literally looked at him and was like, what? Because, what? I'm gonna get old eventually. Like, that is the plan. What? Like, you're old, sir. He was old. Not that old, but, like, older than me. Like, it's gonna happen. It's like how, like, you know, that's how life works. Like, you hope to be old one day. What? So, anywho, he's telling me, like, never get old. Stay young forever. And I was like, that was really weird. I was just feeling uncomfortable by his vibe, by his presence. He had a weird energy. Then my coffee's ready. My coffee is done. She's like, hazelnut latte. I'm like, yes. Because me and this lady know each other because I go there so often. So she's like, my girl. We don't know each other's names, but she's my girl. And I go to get my coffee. And then I realized I didn't have any food at home because I'd just gone back here. So I hadn't gone grocery shopping yet. So I was like, okay, I'm also going to get, they have like a cheese Danish situation. So I was like, I'm also actually going to get a cheese Danish now. And she was like, okay, do you want me to warm it up in the oven? And I'm like, yes. So I order my cheese Danish and then I sit down and I'm waiting for the cheese Danish. This man's coffee gets done. So she's like, okay, cappuccino. He walks up to grab his cappuccino and then he looks at her and he's like, I've actually decided that I'm going to get something to eat now too. What kind of muffins do you have? And she's like, we have all flavors of muffins. And he got a blueberry muffin. But does anyone else think it's like kind of strange? He told me to never get old. And then like he also just came in for a coffee, just like me. And then once I decided to get food, he like randomly also did the same thing. Like it's not like it's like I grabbed my coffee and then I ordered a cheese Danish and I was waiting for it. And then he just did exactly what I did. Like he got his cappuccino. And then he also randomly decided to order something, but like that wasn't his intent before. Like maybe just really weird coincidence, but it felt really strange. And then I was really scared, so I was like, oh my god, she's Danish cook, she's Danish cook, cook, she's Danish cook. Like, you know, like hurry the fuck up. And then my cheese Danish was cooked before the muffin. Thank God. So I ran. I literally grabbed that cheese Danish so fast, and then I ran because I was like, who is this man? Who is this man? And what is happening? Because I was like really paranoid about it. Like, I was like, what if this man was hired by the Uber driver that robbed me? And what if, yeah, like, what if he was hired by him and then this man is here to tell me to never get old because he's gonna kill me and make me young forever, you know? And why did he get a blueberry muffin? And like, why is he here? So I was really scared about the whole thing. I was frightened, but none of that happened, thank God, and I'm okay, and I enjoyed my cheese Danish. But basically, that was all I needed to tell you guys. I was robbed and scammed, and never fall for that shit. If you ever go to an airport and you see that, just don't even acknowledge them. Don't even say no. Just like keep walking and pretend that you can't hear, or maybe put headphones in. That's how my week is going. I'm excited for the weekend. But I hope you all enjoyed the story. I hope you guys have never been robbed or scammed before. And I hope you are never robbed or scammed in the future. But thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we'll have a better week next week. Bye.